Happy Hump Day. We are back with a 12-game slate. Let's talk some basketball. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back in to another episode for Just a Bet Outside. I am your host, Steven, and we are back after a one-day hiatus, ready to go, ready to talk some NBA basketball. That's right. And the research help will be back. That's right. It is back today, starting today. If you're new to the channel, what we like to do is we go defense versus position, 5 different positions for 5 different days. We're going to talk point guards on Mondays, shooting guards Tuesdays, small forward Wednesdays, power forward on Thursday, and centers on Friday. And then we'll have some other stats along the way. So I'm going to treat today as a normal Wednesday, even though this is our first day of doing the research help. So we're going to see a couple different things, which I'll tell you about here in just a little bit. But any graphics you see on this video or in future videos are from an app called OUTLIER. You guys know all about it. It's the best player prop research tool out there on the market today. I use it every single day. Click the link below. You get a 7-day free trial. But we got a huge 12-game slate. Let's get right into it. And it starts with the dad joke. And I know a few of you guys are mad that I had a dad joke saying that you're not going to follow me anymore. Guys, I'm just trying to bring a little laugh. If you don't want to listen, you don't have to. And some days are good and some days are just terrible. But we're going to give it a shot. So here we go. It's a dad joke. Today I decided to go visit my childhood home. I asked the residents if I could come inside because I was feeling a little nostalgic, but they refused and slammed the door. Man, my parents are rude. Not bad, huh? All right, in this video, we're going to recap Monday, and it was a huge day, but it didn't turn out the exact way. We were 1 assist shy, but we'll talk about that. And then we're going to talk defenses against the small forward position. We'll give you more details in just a little bit. And then because it's Wednesday, for the first time this season, we will talk the G's of threes. You'll see what that is. And then we'll give our best bets and give you the bets recap at the end. If you haven't already, hit that like button, leave a comment below. Helps this channel continue to grow. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button as we're on our way to 32,000 subscribers. Remember that in these videos, it's not just about me giving you the bets that I like. It's about giving you as much information as possible for you to make your own bets as well. Just want to remind you guys of that. But anyways, let's get it started. And that means it's recap time. All right, there it is, guys. It was a huge slate. I felt good about it. And even though you see a 2-4 day, we were 1 assist shy of a 4th straight winning day. And my goodness, did this hurt. Let's go through it real quick. James Harden, never a doubt. Easiest under win of the year. It wasn't, but it was one of them. Jalen Brunson, under 7.5 assists, was the play of the day, and it was brutal. If you did not follow it, let me tell you what happened. He had 5 assists with 5 minutes to go in the game and gets 3 assists in the span of about 4 minutes and just ruins my entire night. No joke, just ruined my night, and he got 8 on the hook. It was absolutely brutal. Koulibaly did not shoot well, 3 for 10, I believe he was shooting. And he ended up just being a guy who stood in the corner and didn't really feel like being a part of the basketball that night. So Jaden Ivey over 1.5 threes, takes 6, 7, 8, 9 threes a game that day. Decided to take 2. It just is what it is. It's the second time I bet Ivy where he gets 2 quick fouls in the first 5 minutes and gets pulled for a while. Just, you can't make that up. Peyton Pritchard, he does come through. He is a stud. Ended with 18 points. I was worried about him getting pulled a little early with that blowout, but he still came through at the end. And then the money line parlay, guys. Cleveland gets the job done. OKC easily gets the job done. The Lakers lose to the Detroit Pistons. I have to remember that the Lakers on the road are just a different team. They were a little bit last year, and they are this year. It just was not pretty. They were down like the whole game, too. It was just pathetic. But either way, 2-4, again, 1 assist shy. There's the under tracker. As you can see it, those are just under player props. It's been a winning season so far, so hopefully we can keep that rolling as we're betting more unders this year, that's for sure. But there's the overall record. We got to get a hot streak, and I know it's coming. We're only like 8 games into the season, so we got a long ways to go. But that's the recap, and now let's talk some small forwards. All right, here it is. The research help is back. And like I said, Wednesdays are the small forward position. So what we like to do is talk defenses that give up the most points, rebounds, and assists to the small forward position. And then on the right side will be all the small forwards and what they're averaging, the best ones, obviously. It'll be in the last 15 days as we move throughout the year, but right now it's just for the season because it's not that long. And then the arrows, those beautiful colored arrows that you guys miss, are going to show the matchup for today's matchups. Today's games, I guess. And so just want to let you guys know, because you guys can use this for the whole week, but at least you have the matchups for today. So, for example, the Raptors, as you can see, are facing the Sacramento Kings and DeMar DeRozan averaging 25.4 points per game. You see the Pacers are facing Franz Wagner of the Orlando Magic. He's averaging 17.6. Obviously, Banchero is out too. So he's going to get higher usage, and then the Pacers giving up 23.4. Now this one, the Warriors are facing the Celtics. I still have Jaylen Brown up there in case he's back soon, and you guys would just want to know where he's at. He's averaging 25.7. He is out for this game, so keep that in mind. It's not really a matchup for today. That's why you see an injury thing next to him. Same with Lauri Markkanen down there. He is questionable. I wasn't sure if he was going to play, but he didn't have a matchup versus the top 10 anyway. So that's the top 10 points given up to the small forwards. As you see, the Blazers are number one, giving up the most at 28.1. So that's the points. Take a screenshot now. Let's move over to the rebounds. And there it is. We got the Cavaliers facing Brandon Ingram and the Pelicans. 6.3 rebounds per game. Cavaliers giving up 8.6. This is to the small forward position. Then Warriors, Jaylen Brown again. Obviously, you guys know the deal there. And then we had a tie, Houston and San Antonio. Well, they're facing each other. And as you can see, Houston facing Keldon Johnson, who's averaging 5.9. And then the Spurs facing Thompson of the Houston Rockets, averaging 5.9 rebounds per game as well. But up there, the Wizards, you're going to see them up there a lot. 10.7 rebounds given up to the small forward position. Jazz, Hornets, Blazers, all at 9 or above. So just want to point that out. And actually, Sohan just on the top just got ruled as an injury. He's going to be out for a long time. So still going to keep him up there for now, but he is someone who is injured. So just keep that in mind. Trying to keep track of all of it. That's for sure. But that's the rebounds. Let's check out the assists now. The only two matchups today. Suns facing Jimmy Butler. 5.7 assists per game, the most of any small forward this year. And then the Raptors are giving up a lot also, and they are facing DeMar DeRozan, who has 4 assists per game. Small forward assists, take that with a grain of salt. I don't know how important that is, but the Suns are giving up the third most. So that's what we got for the small forward position. And now let's talk the G's of threes. All right, we are going to do this every single Wednesday, so once a week, and it's called the G's of threes. That's right. So here we go. We're going to talk hot three-point shooters. As you can see in the bottom right, you have to at least attempt 40 or more threes to make this list and shoot 40% or better. Hopefully this can help you out. It doesn't have to be just threes. It could help you out with some points props, who's shooting the ball really well, who has good matchups, things like that. But this helps some people, so we like to give it. But on the left side are all the shooters with 40 or more. We're going to go in order of the most down to the least, so you can also tell if they played this many games and they're taking this many threes, you can figure out how many they're shooting a game. But we added this last year also midway through the year. Defense is giving up the highest three-point percentage this season. So it can kind of help with some matchups as well, just teams that struggle to defend the perimeter. But Anthony Edwards up there at 36 for 80. He's shot the most. He's shooting a ton of threes this year. Peyton Pritchard, not even a starter, still taking 74 threes. Derek White, his buddy. And you can see percentage. Buddy Hield has been unbelievable. 33 for 66, shooting 50% from three, so on and so on. We don't need to talk about every single one, but we've got some definite hot shooters so far. Even Jordan Poole is shooting 45.3%. So hopefully this helps. This is just page 1, so take a screenshot. And now let's check out page 2. You can still see the matchups on the right, and then you will see Kyrie Irving. It's green because he has the highest three-point percentage out of anybody with 40 or more threes in the NBA so far this year. 56.1, absolutely insane. Right above Isaiah Cotton Eye Joe there, 42.5%. But then Garrison Matthews of the Hawks, if you don't know, now you do. 52.2%, 24 for 46. So anyways, that's what we got for all the hot three-point shooters, as well as the matchups. And now it is time for the best bets. All right, this first one takes us out to Charlotte, where the Hornets host the Detroit Pistons, the game of the day that everybody cannot wait for. Hornets -2. Total in this game is 220. My best bet is a 1-unit play. It's a player prop. Give me Jalen Duren over 22.5 points plus rebounds at -120 on Bet365. Again, 1-unit play. I like it at 23.5 as well. Centers versus the Hornets was a profitable thing last year. We bet some and we got some winners on that. Honestly, whenever you bet on Duren, you got to think of one thing. Is he going to be in foul trouble or is he not? So my guess is no. And let me tell you why. Well, the Hornets centers, Nick Richards is out. They're literally playing with Grant Williams, and he is not tall, by the way. He is not a center. And Taj Gibson, who I thought had been retired for 48 years already. He is, I think, around 40 years old. They are both not good offensively. He is not going to have to worry about it. Again, that's not just who he's going to deal with. But the Hornets are not a team that takes many shots from the paint. I don't think he's going to get in foul trouble here. You never know, obviously. But anyways, so if he's not going to get in foul trouble, and you're going to see LaMelo Ball, Brandon Miller jacking up threes, which is what they do because the Hornets scored the fifth lowest percentage of their points in the paint. Now, all that speech was just why I don't think Duren is going to be in foul trouble. Now, if we assume he's not going to be in foul trouble, that means he should be good for 28 or more minutes. So, as you can see by this screenshot from Outlier, when he played 28 or more minutes, he was over this line in an insane 37 of 41 games last year, averaging 28.5 PRs. That is absolutely crazy. Also averaging 21.2 rebound chances per game in those games. He is going to claim the last in this one as well. Over in 3 of 5 games so far this season with 28 or more minutes. But let's talk the matchup also. Hornets, just a bottom 7 team allowing points to centers. They gave up the third most points to centers last season. Head-to-head, Jalen Duren, over in 2 of 3 games last year. His only miss was on the hook at 22, playing only 22 minutes. So I don't know exactly what happened in that game, but it's just one of those games. He's still got a PR every single minute. In the other 2 games, 30 and 31 PRs. Charlotte Hornets just have nobody down low. He's going to be a monster down there. In those 3 games, also against the Hornets, that means he averaged 27.67 PRs. And so, and he never had more than 3 fouls in those games. So against the Hornets, he did not get in foul trouble. It helps when you're not really defending guys like Anthony Davis like he was last game and things like that. But centers versus the Hornets this season, as you're going to go through this, you're going to realize they haven't even played that many good centers, and they're still giving up a lot. But they played Rudy Gobert, held him to 8, didn't play a lot of minutes. 19 to Luke Cornett, 20 to Jakob Poeltl, 25 to Alperen Şengün. Easy matchups and still struggling. I only need 23 PRs. You see, if you can't get this, and you can only get 24.5 PRs, I don't mind that either, but I also like just over 11.5 points if you want to go that way instead. But I think Duren has a huge game here. I don't mind his double-double. It's over 11.5 points. All of the above for Mr. Duren. Maybe a ladder spot for the PRs as well. So give me Jalen over 22.5 points plus rebounds as my first best bet. All right, this second one is a money line parlay. It is time to get back on track with these. We had a year, I think it was last year, where we won like 12 or 13 money line parlays in a row. I am determined. I like this one. It's a 1-unit play. Give me the Indiana Pacers and Cavaliers money line parlay. In case you don't understand how this works, they are playing 2 different teams. Just so you guys know, you guys were asking questions last time when we had logos in there. This is 2 different games. Pacers to win, Cavaliers to win. Minus 120 on BetMGM, like I said, for a unit. Let's talk Pacers money line first versus the Orlando Magic at home. They've been looking a little bit better finally. Halliburton's assists are going up, which usually is a sign that this offense is playing a lot better. They just got wins over the Dallas Mavericks and the Boston Celtics. So it's a good sign for their offense because they did kind of struggle and not look the same the first few games. But Pacers played the Magic earlier. The Magic squeaked out a 3-point win over the Indiana Pacers. And oh, by the way, Paolo Banchero went off for 50 points that game. Well, guess what? The Magic do not have Banchero this game. He is out, and they have been absolutely horrendous without him so far. And how bad, you ask? Thank you for asking. How about dead last offensive rating the last 3 games? That's what he's missed the last 3. They are dead last with a 92.7 offensive rating. The next closest NBA team is 104.5 with the Hornets. It's not even close. Scored 109, 85, and 86. If you're scoring under 90, I mean, that's like straight 1990s basketball. That is terrible in these days. They don't have a lot of guys that can just create. When you watch them play, without Banchero, they don't have a ton of guys that can just attack the rim, create, or finish at the rim. So they're going to have some monster games from guys like Franz Wagner, Jalen Suggs, guys like that, or just shoot lights out from 3. But obviously the Pacers defense is not one where I'm sitting here and saying it's great, because it's not. But I don't think it's going to matter as much versus this Magic lineup. It's going to be kind of offset by that. And then the Indiana offense, the last 3 games, has been more like last year. 3rd best offensive rating, 5th best assist to turnover ratio, 4th best 3-point shooting team. This team is getting up and going, and it's good to see finally. But to me, the Magic just will not be able to keep up with this high-flying team. Like I said, they have a lack of scorers right now. They are going to have to get huge games from guys that don't usually have huge games. I like the Pacers here at home on the money line. All I need is for them to win. That's the first leg. Second leg, the Cleveland Cavaliers, the team we talked about as being a dark horse this season. How about an 8-0 start to the season? And I think it is 100% legit. A huge part of that is Darius Garland. He is absolutely back. And he is a guy who has made Donovan Mitchell take a back seat in the 4th quarter of some games. He has absolutely dominated and said, I know what, I'm going to take over this, and we are going to win. This is right now is probably the best backcourt duo in the NBA. And the Pelicans are absolute hot mess. They are Herb Jones out. DeJounte Murray, CJ McCollum still out. Zion questionable, although it looks like he's a little bit more towards doubtful. Jordan Hawkins questionable. I mean, it's like an entire team of backups. It is ugly. Even with McCollum healthy, they weren't playing very good basketball, to be honest. It's also a team that just lost to the Hawks and the Blazers by a combined 33 points. That is just ugly to me. I think the Cavs do whatever they want offensively here, whether it's Garland or Mitchell. I think Evan Mobley could have a big game here. They don't have anybody with size and athleticism to keep up with him. So without all those guys, I think the Cavs win easy. I think the Cavs cover the spread. It was almost one of my best bets is the Cavs -7. But for this one, I just need the Pacers and Cavs to both win their game, and that is my second best bet. All right, this third one takes us out to Boston, where the Celtics are hosting the Golden State Warriors. This actually is the game of the night. Celtics -7.5. Total in this one is 229. I have a bet. It's on a side. Give me the Warriors +7.5 for a half unit, -110. This line, to be honest, seems a little disrespectful to the Warriors. Some of this is stats related and what I've seen with my eyes, and some of this is a gut pick as well. But the Warriors have been good. Second best defensive rating this year, fourth best offensive rating. They are playing a ton of guys, and they are just hitting you with fresh bodies after fresh body. That's really what they're doing, and they've been playing really well. They're a fun team to watch right now, but Celtics are obviously a good team. But the one thing they do more than anybody else is they shoot the freaking three ball. Literally, I've watched their games. You can see a half a quarter go by, and they don't take anything else but a three ball. It's not exactly fun to watch, but either way, they're really good at shooting threes, so whatever works, obviously. They are the defending champions. So the Warriors, though, how about being number one in the NBA, holding their opponents to the lowest three-point percentage at 28.3%? I've watched them play. They've done well. They've closed out. They don't overhelp, things like that. Obviously, the Celtics will get their threes. But on top of all that, I think this line is actually where it should be. Maybe if Jaylen Brown is playing, he is out for this game. So, like we talked about earlier, I just think 7.5 is really just too many. Plus, Steph Curry is back. He looks like he's going to be getting his full minutes again. Celtics 6 of 8. Let's talk about their opponents this year so far. Obviously, I know they're a good team. This is not me saying they're not, but 6 of their 8 opponents this year: Hawks, the Hornets twice, the Bucks, who are terrible, the Pistons, they won by 6, the Wizards. The only 2 good teams they faced are the Knicks on opening night, which I think we all remember very vividly, and I think the books remember as well, when they could not miss a 3. They were setting records with how good they were shooting from 3. Obviously, the Knicks do struggle defending the 3 as well. The only other decent team they faced this year is the Pacers, and they ended up losing that game. So now without Jaylen Brown, who I think is maybe their best all-around player, I don't know, him, Tatum, whatever, you can make an argument. But I think this is just too high of a line for a team playing, like I said, a team like the Warriors, who are top 5 in offensive and defensive rating. You got B-Pods, Steph Curry, all these guys. They're playing really well as a team. They actually played well without Steph Curry for a little while, as you guys saw. So Buddy Hield's coming off the bench, just absolutely draining 3 after 3. I think the Warriors keep this close, maybe with a chance to win, but all I need them to do is keep it within 7 points. So give me the Warriors +7.5 as my third best bet. And now let's move on to the final bet. All right, this fourth and final bet takes us out to the ATL, where the Hawks host the New York Knickerbockers. Knicks -7 total in this game, 224.5. And the conversation we just had before this bet was this Hawks logo. It's not good. Can someone explain it to me? First of all, it looks like Pac-Man. I now understand that the white part is a hawk. I don't know. Ryan's trying to explain logos to me every night. This is a conversation we have. But anyways, someone please tell me all about it. But my best bet in this game, we can't leave here without an under. Give me Clint Capella under 9.5 rebounds plus assists, -120 on BetMGM. It's going to be a half unit play. Capella is not playing well this season. Let's face it. He just absolutely isn't, and he's getting less and less and less minutes. Okongwu is starting to take over, and I think Okongwu is going to be the starter here very shortly, to be honest with you. The last 2 games, Capella played 20 and 16 minutes. Okongwu, 19 and 22. So we're looking, 50-50 split at best. You're looking at Okongwu playing a little bit more, but in the last game, Onyeka just scored 18 points with 10 rebounds in 22 minutes, while Capella, how about 2 points with 5 rebounds? Just not pretty. The eye test tells you that as well. Capella got 4 and 6 RAs in the last 2 games with his less minutes. And overall, even when he got a little bit more minutes early in the year, overall this season, he's only averaging 7.5 rebounds plus assists. As you can see by this screenshot already, he is under this line in 7 of 9 games, and now his minutes are decreasing every single game, and they're still giving us a 9.5 line. I don't really get it. He's now facing a Knicks team that has allowed the 3rd fewest rebounds to the center position. I'm not really worried about assists. He's going to add 1 or 2 maybe at the most. but I do like having them together. He will be defending Cap more than likely when he is in, which will be defending the perimeter. That's also why it's hard to get rebounds as a center, because you're obviously going to be defending him all over the court. It's not a traditional center, that kind of thing. So I'm losing my voice, but I don't think he plays much more than 20 minutes here. If you looked at games in between 16 and 20 minutes last season, he went under this in 4 or 5. The only over was against the Wizards team, which doesn't really count. So minutes are going down, chances are going down, rebound chances are going down. Give me Clint Capella under 9.5 rebounds plus assists as my fourth and final best bet. And that's what we got for you for the video. But before we get out of here, let's check out the recap. All right, there it is. Jalen Duren over 22.5 points plus rebounds, 1 unit play, and the Pacers and Cavs moneyline parlay for another unit, and then 2 half-unit plays to finish it off. Warriors plus 7.5. Clint Capella under 9.5 rebounds plus assists. Let's have a huge freaking day. Thank you guys for watching. As always, hit that like button if you haven't already. Leave a comment below to keep helping this channel grow. But let's have a great Wednesday. Hope everyone has a good one, and we'll talk to you soon.